And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for the second segment here. And we have the good fortune of having Sally Kerr, the CEO, the lady who's in charge of our Pahrump Chamber of Commerce. She's been on here before, and she may take over the chair seats here from time to time. So you'll see a little bit more of her, a little bit more exposure. So Sally's here to tell us a little bit about what she does at the Chamber of Commerce and what the Chamber of Commerce does for the town of Pahrump. And it does a lot. And where does it start, the Chamber?
Well, oftentimes the Chamber is somebody's first contact with Pahrump. Mm-hmm. Even from outside town, people will call and say, I'm interested in visiting, can I get a tourism pack? Anytime that we hear somebody's coming to relocate to Pahrump, we send them a relocation package. So oftentimes, before they even come to town, the Pahrump Valley Chamber has been their first point of contact. When they get to town, just as often we're their first point of contact when they come upstairs to the second story of the Nevada State Bank building, and we have what they're looking for. We have phone books, we have maps of the town, we have every kind of
literature, the trifolds from those businesses also?
From all of our member businesses that want to put one up, and in addition, all of our tourist attractions around town. Around farther than town, clear out to Death Valley and all kinds of places that we have tours. We offer those trifold brochures and other kinds of information to them. So often, we are the one who have the first opportunity to have a good first impression.
Right. And so you're going to be telling us today about some of the many products that you have for the town of Pahrump to promote us, tourism, putting on our best clothing or best shoes or whatever so that people see us in the best light.
Right.
And one of the first things we're having this year is?
Well, one of the first things it's more to benefit the community as a whole. Every month we do a member-to-member luncheon where a member of our chamber hosts a luncheon for other chamber members.
Right.
The very first one this year is being done by the Friends of the Chamber Friends of the Library at the Pahrump Public Library. Mm-hmm. So we're happy to hear about what they have going, their big book sale, what the Friends of the Library are doing. Beyond that, Albert Bass is coming to talk about the push for public transportation in Pahrump.
He's on the Transportation Committee.
Right.
Yes. Right,
and they have just done an awful lot of work. They had Abby Wheeler come down from Elko to help do a lot of hours and hours.
We were at one of those meetings together.
Right,
yes.
Yeah, doing the prep time to kind of try and get some public transportation pushed into Pahrump. So we want to give him some coverage because he has a big meeting. Well, not he. The Transportation Committee has a huge meeting coming up to try and meet with the county commissioners at their meeting here in Pahrump on January 20th. So going into that, we want to be sure that he knows that he's got support, that we're there to help, that whatever we can do to get that word out, whatever we can do to get people to that meeting on the 20th and what they're going to be supporting. So anybody who wants to come to that luncheon to make acquaintance with Albert and to see how those plans went and what kind of things are open, we'd love to have them, and they can sure call the chamber to RSVP for that luncheon.
Right, he's associated with the RSVP.
Correct.
And emergency management, is it? Emergency services?
Yes.
Search and rescue,
Search
something
and
like
rescue, I think it is.
I got one of those right, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done a lot of work. He's working feverishly on a PowerPoint presentation also, yes. He brought it over for us to look at the other day. Yes, so he is very excited about it, and we hope to get a good response for the people here. We've had some missteps in the past with bus service, either going into Vegas, and that one service didn't work to Vegas, and then they tried very briefly to have a local service, and it just fell apart.
Right.
But this time we've got a lot of people involved, not only from this area, but the areas from, she's from Elko.
Right.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, they've gone to the RTC over there to ask them how they do things rather than us reinvent the wheel. So we're getting as much help as we can with the buses.
And overcoming those missteps have been part of, that's made this process harder. But the Transportation Committee right now is really aware about what things have been done in the past and how to overcome those and what changes to make so that they're not making the same mistakes again,
right.
Not rolling the same wheel back down the road. So, they really have done a good job. And this feels like a really feasible plan.
Yes,
So,
and they've taken input from the different committees, the members that have been there also. I know I put my 2 cents worth in there, make sure the buses have the little bike racks in the front, because when we have the buses come through, you have people that will meet the buses in the outlying area, and it's a very large valley. So they ride their bicycle to the bus, hook it up to the bus, and move on.
Right.
Things like that that will make something like our bus service work.
Right, because truly the expanse of the valley is 22 miles or something from one end to the other.
Yeah.
I know when they were looking at that versus like an Elko scenario, you know, Abby was just like, you don't understand how much you're trying to cover here. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really happy to be a part of Albert's planning in that, and to hopefully make some introductions to people at that luncheon that understand how important this is. And you know, he's pounded into our heads that economic development follows transportation. It just does. And so, you know I sat down and thought about the number of people that my husband and I knew that would benefit from literally being able to take a bus to get to work, that mm-hmm. now rely on rides from friends and other things like that simply to get to a job, and how much this can make a difference in people's lives here.
And a bicycle can only get you so far, and a lot of times it can get you in trouble too.
Right.
And the little motorbikes, little putt-putts, same thing with them. You
right.
know, they're not good at this time of the year.
Right, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, not to mention being behind them any other time of the year.
So that's going to happen when again?
That is January 7th, this upcoming Wednesday, at the public library at 11:45.
Okay.
And if we have calls in for RSVP, that makes it easier to make sure we have the right amount of food. But we really want people to join us for this.
Oh, it means I have to set it up over there. That's one of my part-time
Yes.
jobs. Okay.
Okay,
I'll make
good.
sure you're set
Good.
up for that.
I love that.
Yes.
It helps to know people.
Yes. So what else do we have coming up?
So we also have our installation dinner coming up in January, which is of course our annual. It's an annual dinner to install not only our own officers, which we do, and we typically will thank our outgoing president and install new officers, but we also have community awards. So we offer awards to what we would call a Cornerstone Business Award. We offer an award for the individual who's done work in the valley and then we do one for the best volunteer or the best nonprofit. So we've got awards coming up that go with that too, and it's a sit-down meal at the Grill Room at Mountain Falls. And so that will be a really nice night. We have entertainment planned, and
you can find out more about that. And I know that we have the heading down there, 727-5800.
Right. You can call call the chamber about that, and we can help you with getting RSVP'd for that as well.
Okay, great.
So,
what else do we have coming up?
Well, we have our second annual Balloon Festival is coming up in March, and a week ago it felt like it was a little farther away because it was December, but now it's January, and I'm like, oh no, it's right around the corner, and I got to get busy.
Yes.
So we have tons of planning already behind the scenes going on into that. We have, at this moment, we have 17 pilots confirmed with an additional 17 wanting to come. I mean, our balloon meister has said that she is not at all concerned. She'll be turning balloonists away this year because of space issues. So.
And it'll be at Petrick?
It will be at Petrick Park, March 20th through the 22nd, Friday through Sunday. We are also this year inviting drone pilots, and we're going to have some drones.
Okay, yes.
We're inviting our...
you can't keep them out there. They're all over the place
You
now.
can't. They're everywhere.
Yes.
So rather than try and keep them out, we thought it would be really fun to invite them and make them part of the process.
Smart.
And
okay.
so
yes.
We're going to be doing, as part of the Balloon Festival, I don't know if people knew last year that part of that was to do school assemblies. And so the balloonists took their balloon baskets and other things and really went in and did school assemblies at the middle school and elementary school.
Oh.
And so the drone pilots are really excited about joining with that. So we'll have some school assemblies going on. And then we are also having our local remote control fixed wing aircraft club. You know, we have a remote control, see that, look?
No, because they're probably the ones that are coming over to Discovery Park, the Willow Creek area, because there's a group that has been doing some piloting over there. Maybe that's the group over there.
It might be, because they have an actual airport landing over off of Corbin and like maybe Warren.
Oh, okay.
Back in that area where they have been running that. So they'll be bringing they'll at least do some exhibitions or, so we've tried to include all of those things. And
Yeah, because Discovery Park will have hopefully a little landing and takeoff area over there, like an aircraft carrier too.
right.
So they'll probably be part of the new park at Willow Creek, which is called Discovery Park.
Right. No, that'll be awesome. They're a really fun group, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
really want to introduce people. I think there are people I didn't know they were here in the Valley until a few months back, and I think there are probably a lot of people who don't even realize they're here.
I hear somebody off of Gamebird on BLM land on the weekends. It sounds like airplanes, so they might be another group out there too.
Right. Right. So
But-
we want to, basically include all of those in the balloon festival.
Well, that's exciting, yeah.
We'll be doing 2 liftoffs, weather permitting, of course. Saturday morning and Sunday morning there'll be balloon flights that will be free flying. We'll have tethered balloon rides available for people who want to not go all the way into free flight, but want to get up and see how that feels. And then we'll have our balloon glow event at the park on Saturday night, which is where they don't put the balloons up in the air, but they take them up far enough and then light them all up.
Oh, cool.
So that you end up with all the balloons glowing in the park. And
Okay. Great. We're going to be running out of time pretty soon. What do we have?
the Liberty Festival too.
Yeah, can't forget that. That's
No.
going to be a
That's going to be a 3-day event this year, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And we want to incorporate everything going on in the Valley. So there's a fireworks show at the Nugget on the 3rd.
That's how that's going to work.
Yep.
Okay.
Our fireworks, the town's fireworks
4th.
show on the 4th. Don't forget the veterans, the VFW's benefit parade and pancake breakfast on the 4th out at the Calvat Eye.
Oh,
We
right.
want to be sure that people understand this is going to be a small worship service Sunday morning in the park.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to know this is a 3-day community event, and there's going to be tons of things to do. We're trying to bring in kind of a water carnival feel for some
Yeah.
carnival things, and we're going to talk to Scott Lewis about bringing us a fire truck, and
Okay,
I
great.
mean, it'll just be a fun family 3-day weekend.
Yes. And there's one more thing too. The Business Expo is going to be in.
The Business Expo is May 8th and 9th.
Okay.
Yes, and the Business Expo,
Where's it going to be?
it's going to be at the Nugget.
Okay.
That's going to be bigger and better than ever. Where there's some talk about bringing a keynote speaker in for the people who have booth space, that we would offer them some tickets to a keynote speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing some new fun things with that too, and trying to make it bigger and better than ever.
Very good. Lots of things happening. And if you need to find out for yourself, if you need a phone book, if you need the magazine from the chamber, it's up at the Nevada State Bank building. The number is 727-5800, and there it is. So.
And our website, which I'm sure is also there too, is www.pahrump.chamber.com. We will have both sponsorship and vendor forms available on our website for the Balloon Festival. I was assured as we speak they would be there. And so please go to the website too for any information.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. Bye-bye.